Hey guys, I'm Cole, and today we're playing Orcs Must Die, and we're gonna crush these orcs.
That's right, we are. We're gonna just work through the level, starting with the north wing. So let's just jump right in. So the object of this game is that the orcs want to get to our rift, and we have to stop them. So we can use our heroes to stop them, or we can place some traps.
But we'll probably do both.
Doing both sounds like a good plan. Oh, I didn't set up my traps. What are you bringing? Do you want to take everyone through the traps you're bringing to stop these guys?
Sure, I'm bringing the crossbow to shoot them, and I'm bringing the wind belt to push them into the lava. That's deadly lava. And I have the mana rage to regenerate my mana, which is in the top left corner. And then I have this trap reset, which will reset my traps if you didn't figure that out already. And then I also have this acid which sprays acid in a 3x3 radius. And I also have the brimstone, which I upgraded to have arcane damage. And I have spikes and arrow walls. And I also have flip traps to also flip them into the lava, but I'll have to put them far back so that I don't flip them to the rift.
All right, that all sounds really good. I'll bring some different traps than you, so we have a good mix.
And then I also have these push traps, which can push them, which I feel like won't be very good.
All right, why don't you start getting your defenses set up, and then we'll get started. So these first few levels are really easy, but the game gets a lot harder as you go.
Especially at the end when you fight Warwick. But I am Warwick, but there's the evil Warwick, and it's super hard.
I guess we should say that. So we've already played through this main campaign one time, so that's why we have some extra traps and stuff unlocked and different characters. So now we're going to play through it again for you guys. So some of these characters and traps you won't start with right away, but as you play through, you'll unlock them. So why don't you start placing your traps, Cole?
Sure. Oh gosh. So this is the setup that I like to do. I like to do spike, and then acid, and then normally I would have sticky tar, but in this case I don't. So I will just put some more spikes.
Sounds like a plan.
And that's all I can afford.
The big pink thing you might have seen is the arcane dragon, and that's just going to go back and forth and do some damage. And then I put up a wall of lasers to help do some damage as they come out of the gate. So whenever you're ready, Cole, hit G and we'll get started.
Sure.
So we really shouldn't lose on this first level. You can see, why don't you show them the rift to where the orcs are trying to get to?
So the orcs have to go all the way down through this hallway, all the way around here, and then they have to try to get into the rift, which is this big portal thing.
That's right. Another thing that we won't do on this level, but that you can do, is you can use barricades to block off certain paths and force the orcs to go in a certain way and force them through your traps. So for this one though, I think this first level is pretty easy, so we're just going to put down a bunch of traps and just do some damage. So I'm going to put down a swinging mace. So the swinging mace is going to just swing back and forth, and any orcs it hits are going to take some damage.
And then this is what the brimstone looks like. Then if they walk over it, they just take arcane damage.
Yeah, so the arcane damage is an upgrade. Normally that would be fire damage, and they actually burn over time and get the damage as they run rather than all at once.
And if you want lots of money to afford lots of traps, then you need a different variety of traps.
Oh, that's right too. So those little ×3 ×4 numbers you see popping up are what's called your combo. So the more different traps that hit an orc right before they die, the more score and the more money you get to buy more traps.
And if you misplace one, or if you want to get rid of it, you can sell it. I don't know if you can play on any other console, but on PC, then it would be E to sell.
Yeah, I think you might be able to even customize the controls, and I don't know what other systems this is all available for, but we're playing it on Steam since it was released about a month ago.
Well, not the game wasn't released a month ago, but 2-player was released.
Well, it was released on Steam a month ago, and it was released previously on Google Stadia.
Oh.
But we're trying to play co-op here. It's given us some trouble with disconnecting us, but we'll just see if we can get through a couple levels.
Well, it doesn't do this with most of them, but it does it with the later on levels.
And as you can see, we're already on the final wave. And
it goes
this
pretty
level
quickly.
Was pretty simple to get started. That trap on the wall I just put down is called a grinder. So it just basically pulls the orcs in and grinds them up to do some damage.
But it's almost down because it grinded a lot of orcs. It must have grinded a lot of orcs because it's taking damage. And it's already back up to full. Almost.
Yep, it's ready to go again. We've cleared those jams of all the orc bones out of there. And we're ready to take on some more. So the kinds of enemies that come through this gate, they also get a lot tougher as the game goes on. Right now these are just the light and medium orcs, which you can probably see. But there's all kinds of big, nasty monsters that come through that we gotta take down.
Yeah, like the armored ogres.
So that was the first level of the game, and we'll just go ahead and continue on to the next one.
And we got 5 skulls.
5 skulls, perfect victory. This is the second level called the Great Room. And whenever you're ready, Cole, just go ahead and ready up. The last level was North Wing, and as you could see, it was pretty easy. And this level should be pretty easy too.
Yeah.
So just hit ready whenever you're ready to go, and we'll jump in.
Sure.
So are you going to take the same traps again, or different traps, or what?
I think I'll
what do we
take the
need
same.
Here? Okay.
Yeah, it's way more intense.
Alright, I don't have much money. Okay.
Yeah, so this one, as you can see, has 5 waves instead of 4. And in terms of enemies, it's the same. It's just the light and medium orc still, so it should be pretty easy. The only added challenge here is that there's now 2 doors to defend. So this first wave, they'll all come out of this door, but they'll come out of the second door on subsequent waves. So we're going to have more than one path to defend. So Cole, if you want to focus on defending up at the doors, I'll start doing a common defense 1 level back, and hopefully we can stop all these guys from getting into the rift.
Sure. I can do this on the hardest difficulty, and only one of them got in the rift. I've only tried it once.
Yeah, I guess we could mention that too, that there's also different difficulty levels for this game. So if it's not enough of a challenge for you, there is a harder setting, and on that one there'll be more difficult enemies sooner, and the enemies will have more health and be tougher to defeat. So Cole, if you want to get some more defense down at wherever you think it's needed, and just hit G when you're ready, we'll send the next wave.
Yeah, sure. And that's all I can afford.
Okay, then send them. So now they're coming out of both doors. So we actually don't have any defense down here, so it's going to be up to me and Cole with our crossbows to shoot. We both happen to choose the crossbow to use, but there's all kinds of different weapons in this game as well. Different blade staffs and cool weapons you can use to beat up the orcs. So maybe we'll try different weapons next time.
Yeah, but you unlock more weapons when you complete the first campaign, and
yeah, completing the first campaign gives you 4 new characters and all of their individual weapons, so you get quite a bit of new stuff just for doing that.
And Warwick, I'm Warwick, and he comes with 2 sword daggers. And
whenever you're ready, send the next orcs, Cole.
Sure.
So, sorry, you were saying Warwick has two daggers as his weapons?
Yeah. And then these crossbows are Maximilians.
That's right, yeah, the kind of main character is called Maximilian, and he uses the crossbow, which we both really like. And it's a fast shooting weapon, or you can fire slow and aim for the head. So headshots on these guys do more damage. You might see that little head icon pop up from time to time. And we still don't have much defense by this second door, so Cole and I are both over here to take care of the orcs. But you can see that our other path where Cole put down a bunch of defense is basically defending itself now, that the traps are taking out all the orcs.
And you can zoom in with the middle click on your mouse.
Alright, whenever you're ready, send the last... oh, there's 2 waves actually. Send the next wave of orcs and we'll keep going.
Okay, just a second. And that's all I can afford. So let's send them.
Alright, let's send them.
More enemies on the way!
Yeah, so now we got a couple traps at each door, but not too many. But again, this is not too hard of a level. We're just on the base difficulty, which I believe is called War Mage.
No, I think this one is like the grand room.
Oh no, the difficulty, not the name of the level.
Yeah.
So we'll just keep taking out these orcs, and after this there's one more wave, so we'll just try to send them right away. You might also see in the top right of the screen there's a par time. That's a time where if you beat the level in under that time, you get a bonus skull for time up to 5 skulls.
But that's in the settings. It's not there manually.
By default you don't see that, but you can turn it on. You're correct.
Don't forget that you can shift run, Dad.
Oh yeah, you can hold shift and run. That's a good tip.
This was never as good as this, isn't it? More enemies on the way!
So we'll just keep clearing out these orcs. Looks like they're not going to get through, and we're making good time here.
Yep.
Once again, we're just defending this door and letting the traps do the work on the other side. And you can see a couple got by, so we'll just clean those up. This would have been a good level to show them the push traps and flipper traps.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Because every level has areas where you can throw them off the stage, and it'll usually be into lava or acid or something, and then they'll take a bunch of damage from that. Alright, so we got 5 skulls again. What do you think, Cole? We'll move on to one more level?
Yeah. And speaking of acid, this one I believe has acid. Like pits.
Is this an... Oh, this one is an acid level. You are right.
Sorceress, if only
Yeah,
the
there's
oldest
acid.
living
Oh, no.
warriors can open lists, wouldn't that mean-
Oh, what happened? Cole!
I just teleported into the soup.
Oh no, don't
no.
teleport into the soup. That's not a good soup. Oh, my back. Oh, good teleport.
I know.
Alright,
Oh,
well,
that was a
set
bad
up some-
teleport.
This magic
Why don't
is
you
not
set up
a
some
positive
defense and
force.
let's get started.
Keep the orcs at bay. I must travel elsewhere for answers.
Great. We fight the bad guys. She takes a vacation. It's cool.
Okay, looks like Cole's put up a couple of arrow walls here. Why don't you tell us what traps you're placing, Cole?
I'm going to place some spikes because I can afford 2 of them. Oh,
Yeah, the spikes and arrow walls are a fairly inexpensive trap that do pretty good damage. And cost is down at the bottom of the screen under each trap.
Preparing to breach one of our gates. The door is down.
oh, and this one has the fast guys. I forget what they're called.
Oh, that's right, we didn't show that there's a new enemy on this wave called kobolds. And they're little fast guys that you'll see that don't have much life, but they're quick.
Oh, Dad, I also figured a quick way to get to both of the doors.
What's that?
You can do this.
Oh, well you can do that, I can't do that. That's each character has their own special ability they can do, and Cole's is to do that teleport move. Okay, so they're just coming through this first door again,
On the way.
and here
Oh.
come the kobolds.
Man, these little
These are kobolds.
Fast.
And they're
Kobolds.
fast, but they're one shot.
They'll also set off our
Yeah,
traps.
very low health, but they're quick.
And there's more of these dudes. Oh, and if you right click the crossbow, it stuns the enemies.
Oh yes, we should mention that too. Each weapon also has a secondary attack as well, and on the crossbow's case, it fires a bolt which stuns the enemies in an area.
But the
short
stun
time.
uses mana.
Remains protected.
So the mana is your blue bar, your blue resource that's up in the corner.
Efficient placement equals
Alright,
efficient
let's send the
killing.
wave.
I like to place my traps like down here.
Sure, put them wherever you think, but let's send the wave. So we can get the
It's
time.
about
Good job.
to get started.
Alright, so now they're going to start coming out of the second door. So we're going to have to defend two locations at once, but for this wave, it's only this door.
They've breached another door.
I'm just gonna sit back and relax and see if they even get to my traps.
Sure. Well, I'm up here too to start putting some arrows into them. So I'll try and not let that happen. I'll let you take care of that kobold that got by.
No, I'm not gonna do anything. Because I don't have to.
What? Well, what about the kobold? What happened to him?
I just let all my traps take care of him.
Oh, I see. That's smart. Let the traps do the work.
Because, like, I'm just sitting back in my chair and relaxing.
Oh, okay. See, I'm working hard up here, but you're just on vacation now. You got your traps set up. You're just chilling. Alright, incoming, bud.
I need some money.
Well, so this is co-op mode, and anytime an orc dies, we both get the money from it. So you don't have to compete with each other over the kills or anything like that. And I like to put archers sometimes just at the very end here, so that if any orcs do get to that point, they'll
They'll
stop.
attack the archers.
That's right, they stop and fight with the archer instead of just going right to the rip. So it buys a little bit of time. And the archers do a little bit of damage, but they're not real strong. They're just more there as a meat shield. If anything gets by, that it'll fight the archer. But I guess it should be noted that the kobolds actually will just run right by. They won't actually stop to fight, so we'll have to really look out for them. The orcs would fight us too if we stand close enough, but these enemies are pretty weak, so not much of a
And
threat.
the other doors come in now.
Yep, so now they were coming out of both doors. Oh, missed that guy quite a bit. And we're on wave 4. There's only one wave after this, so again, these first levels are pretty easy, just to introduce you to the game and get you taking on some of the basic enemies. And it's a lot of fun, don't you think?
Yeah. It is a lot of fun.
My favorite are the physics traps. We'll have to show those next time. The traps that can push the orcs around and throw them. Rather than do damage, they move the orcs. And I
Yeah.
find that's the most fun.
And the one trap you like the most was it's the flippers. I remember before there was just flippers in every direction.
Yep, you can make an entire defense out of just flip traps. And then it doesn't matter how much life the orcs have. If they just get flipped off into the acid, then there's nothing they can do. So, because none of these orcs can swim.
That would make sense. And I see a bonus skull.
Alright, go grab that bonus skull.
Got it. I remember
so now-
before we did this, and you flipped an enemy over there into the soup on a little platform, and he dropped a skull. And
yeah,
then,
but we couldn't get it without dying, though, is the problem.
why couldn't we die?
Well,
Well,
we can die.
if we had Warwick, then I could have just gone down, got it, and teleported out, which I failed to do.
Oh, well, very good. So we got one bonus skull, not in a bad spot
Wait.
this time, but
Oh.
what, buddy?
there was a cowboat which went right here, and he got killed by that. Oh my goodness, these guys came in fast and furious.
I also have the ice amulet equipped, so I can freeze a bunch of enemies. Stop them from moving.
And as you could see, I used my trapper set trinket, and it made all these traps reset, and then it just killed an orc.
Okay, so that's the first 3 levels of the game. Let us know in the comments down below if you like the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And if you guys like it, maybe we'll make more videos. What do you think, Cole?
Sure. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't already. I already hit the end.